Hey, beautiful souls! Welcome to Magnetize Official. Have you ever felt like someone willed you into their life, only to realize they weren't truly ready for you? That's the energy coming through strong today. Someone's manifestation power was intense, and whether consciously or subconsciously they called you in. But now, fear has crept in. What does this mean for you? As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Our journeys unfold in divine timing, each on our own unique waves. Let's shuffle the decks and dive in. Right away, I'm picking up on a deep sense of fear. This person wanted you in their life, whether they realized it or not, and in some way they succeeded. But now, they're feeling overwhelmed. It's as if they were longing for someone exactly like you, but the reality of your presence has stirred something unexpected in them. I'm sensing a lot of self-criticism and pressure for perfection. This person might be hyper-focused on their image, how they look, their status, their success, always striving to be enough in the eyes of others. But despite all of that, they're feeling deeply isolated. Let's see what else unfolds. I'm picking up that this person might be quite successful, physically attractive, or well on their way to achieving a high status. On the outside, everything looks polished and put together, but beneath the surface, there's a deep sense of emptiness. Their focus seems sharp, almost cold, as if they've been chasing success or validation without truly feeling fulfilled. What's coming through strongly is that this person is wrestling with their own inner struggles, though they'd never admit it. I keep hearing, "You got too close." Their spirit guides seem to be nudging me to bring you clarity, especially if you've been feeling confused about this connection. This message is definitely for a specific group of people. For many of you, this person carries a strong masculine energy, though energy is fluid, and this could apply to different dynamics. If you resonate as the divine feminine, it's possible that they manifested you into their life, whether consciously or subconsciously. But now they don't quite know how to handle what they called in. And for some, this could even reflect an inner struggle between your own divine feminine and masculine energies. One thing is clear. Your empathy and warmth have left a deep impression on them. They still see you as almost otherworldly, like an angel who showed up when they least expected it. There's this sense of them wondering, are you even real? They've placed you on a pedestal, idealizing you in a way that makes it hard for them to fully embrace what you bring. It feels like this person did a complete 180 in your connection. One moment, they were intensely present, and the next, they went cold, or even cut you off completely. While for some, this might have been a platonic dynamic, for many of you, there were definitely romantic feelings in the mix, at least on their end. This masculine energy had feelings for you, no doubt about it. But here's where it gets tricky. Only you know if you felt the same way. Maybe there was a spark, or maybe it was hard to tell. When someone is actively manifesting you into their life, whether they realize it or not, their energy can be so intense that it's tough to distinguish between a genuine soul connection and the gravitational pull of their focused attention. It's almost like being part of a puppet show, where the puppeteer suddenly drops the strings. You might feel like you were led along by their words and actions, only for them to pull away, just as you started to feel something too. For some of you, This was a person you weren't initially drawn to. Maybe you weren't all that interested at first, but their energy, persistence, or sheer focus on you made you curious. Maybe even spark some feelings. And just when you began to lean in, they pulled back, leaving you wondering what just happened. I know it can be hard to put these energies into words, but your guides want to make something very clear. You might feel like you're losing your mind over this situation because deep down, your intuition is telling you there's something real here. If you've confided in others, they may have told you this person was just playing games, or only interested in something surface level. And while that might be true for some, it's not the full story for everyone. So take what truly resonates with you. Here's the thing. You have a strong intuitive sense and a deep honesty with yourself. If this person had genuinely just played you, you'd be able to face that reality. But the real reason for the confusion? You know there's more to this. It's not just about wounded pride, though of course it would sting if you felt misled. Your intuition is nudging you, telling you that something deeper was happening beneath the surface. And your guides are confirming, you're right. This situation is more complex than it appears. The success card is showing up here as a reminder that you can trust your own inner knowing when it comes to this person and this connection. What's especially interesting is that the success card is followed immediately by the no card, almost as if this person's energy flipped from a clear yes to a sudden no. Just when things seemed to be moving forward, they pulled away. There's a saying, people can only love you as deeply as they love themselves, and they can only go as far with you as they're willing to go within themselves. And divine feminine, this rings especially true for you. I recently shared on Instagram how an awakened divine feminine acts as a mirror, reflecting not just what the masculine wants to see, but who they truly are on a soul level. If they're not ready to face that reflection and do the inner work it calls for, they may choose to run, not from you, but from themselves. This is exactly what seems to have happened with this masculine energy. Through your unconditional love, you reflected back to them all the ways they've struggled to truly love themselves. They've never encountered someone with a heart like yours, pure, unwavering, and deeply compassionate. Your energy is both mesmerizing and overwhelming to them. Even if there's been distance or silence between you, they still think about you every single day, and those thoughts stir something deep within them. As I tap into their energy, I can feel just how emotional this is for them. When they reflect on you, on the purity of your empathy, the love you so freely gave, and the way they turned away from it, it brings up a lot of unresolved pain. Yet, despite these intense emotions, they remain silent. Let's go deeper into what they're truly feeling. The Blossoming Abundance card suggests that your connection planted a powerful seed within them. Right now, that seed isn't fully formed. It's just starting to take root. But even in its early stages, it's already affecting them, initiating growth and change from the inside out. This seed represents the beginning of their spiritual awakening. They may not be ready to face it yet, but make no mistake. This energy is working within them, preparing them for a major transformation in the future. Your love wasn't in vain. Even if it feels like your kindness, patience, and deep understanding went unnoticed or unappreciated, that's far from the truth. You were aligning with a future version of them, their higher self, the one that already exists in a more awakened state. Your role was to plant this seed of awareness, and though it may lie dormant for now, there will come a time when it sprouts, grows rapidly, and leads to profound change. They will remember you, Divine Feminine. Even if you haven't spoken in a while, even if you've walked your own path, the connection remains. Energetically and spiritually, they will continue to feel you. Because your presence in their life was never ordinary. It was meant to shift them at their core. That's the nature of your energy. It plants powerful seeds in others, even if they're not ready to embrace the growth right away. But these seeds don't just disappear. They take root beneath the surface, growing over time. When this person finally reaches a place of true awakening, you'll be the one they think of, the person they may feel called to reconnect with. So even if it seems like your paths have diverged and you're aligning with a higher timeline that feels separate from theirs, don't be surprised if somewhere down the road they realign with you on that higher path. I'm picking up that their sacral chakra has been significantly blocked. This could manifest as a rigid, highly controlled way of living, sticking to strict routines, prioritizing work over emotions, and being overly harsh on themselves. They don't give themselves much freedom to feel or connect deeply. But this way of living isn't sustainable. Eventually, something will have to shift. You, Divine Feminine, might recognize echoes of your past self in them. Maybe there was a time when you too sought validation through external success, believing that achievements or structure would bring you fulfillment. But you've since learned that true alignment and abundance come from within. This realization may have fascinated them, even inspired them, but it was also foreign, so much so that they instinctively rejected it. However, just because they rejected it in the moment doesn't mean they won't return to it later. The pull toward awakening is inevitable. The High Priestess and Knight of Cups reversed confirm this dynamic. You showed up in your High Priestess energy, intuitive, wise, and deeply connected to your truth. Meanwhile, they embodied the Knight of Cups in reverse, someone struggling with self-identity, avoiding emotional depth, and in many ways, trying to escape from themselves. Encountering your presence wasn't just an experience for them, it was a mirror. And for someone who wasn't ready to face their own reflection, that could feel overwhelming. But remember, the journey isn't over. They might not have been ready then, but the seeds of change have been planted. And when the time comes for them to embrace their truth, they'll find themselves drawn back to the energy that first awakened them, you. When they manifested you, Divine Feminine, they unknowingly called in someone who wouldn't let them hide from their own truth. You became their mirror, reflecting back their deepest potential, but also their deepest fears. They weren't prepared for that level of self-awareness, and it shook them. There was something particularly intense about the way they experienced eye contact with you. At first, they were mesmerized, drawn in like a moth to a flame. But over time, the intensity became overwhelming. They may have started avoiding your gaze, not because they didn't want to connect, but because looking into your eyes felt like looking directly into their soul, something they weren't ready to face. Your presence alone made them confront parts of themselves they've spent years avoiding. This person is still in the process of growing, both spiritually and emotionally. In many ways, they're stuck in an outdated version of themselves, living according to expectations placed on them rather than stepping into who they truly are. It's almost as if they're still trying to meet the approval of others, playing a role instead of embracing their authentic self. The Page of Cups energy coming through suggests that they do want to reach out, but they see themselves as inexperienced or unworthy of your energy. There's a sweetness and thoughtfulness in their approach. They've been thinking about you a lot, imagining what it would be like to reconnect. This card carries a dreamy quality, showing that they may be fantasizing about a future with you, but hesitating to take action. They're nervous, not because they don't care, but because they wonder if they're enough for you. Whether this is a platonic or romantic connection, for many of you, this energy leans toward romance. If this resonates, trust that your intuition is picking up on their silent longing. They may not be saying much right now, but in their heart, they're already crafting the words they wish they had the courage to say. The Judgment card coming through signals a major turning point for this person. They're in the midst of a spiritual awakening, beginning to see themselves and their life choices with new clarity. It feels like they're actively working on self-improvement, diving into self-help books, motivational content, or even making changes to their physical appearance, career, or finances. Whether they realize it or not, you've been a huge catalyst for this transformation. Your energy planted the seed, and now they're starting to water it. A strong divine masculine energy is coming through here, which suggests that many of you are deeply connected to your divine feminine essence. Keep in mind, these energies aren't tied to gender, but rather to energetic dynamics, and we all carry both within us. So, this could reflect your own internal divine feminine energy, or an external person who embodies this shift. Now, let's take a deeper look at this Page of Cups energy. Their intuition seems to be nudging them toward you, even if they're not consciously aware of it. I'm also picking up on the number 25, which could be significant, perhaps relating to the year 2025 or a personal connection. For some of you, 2020 may have been a pivotal year in either your spiritual journey or theirs, marking a moment of awakening or transformation. Looking further into this energy, the Ace of Swords reversed and Page of Swords reversed suggest there's some unresolved tension here. This might not have been a direct argument, but rather an unspoken energetic clash. Misunderstandings, mixed signals, or emotions left unexpressed. If you have history with this person, they may have pulled away, not because they didn't care, but because they were overwhelmed with their own burdens, symbolized by the 10 of Wands. This masculine energy seems to have been carrying a lot: stress, responsibilities, or even past wounds that weighed them down. In that state, they may have unknowingly projected their frustrations onto you, becoming distant or emotionally cold. Their third eye appears to have been blocked at the time, which made it difficult for them to fully trust their intuition or see the depth of this connection clearly. But now, as they step into this awakening, they're beginning to sense the truth they once ignored. There's more to uncover here, so let's keep exploring. What's shifting in their energy now? So, what's happening with this person now? It looks like they've gone through a major shift. They've stepped into Page of Wands energy, which means they've adopted a more optimistic, forward-thinking mindset. It feels like they're eager to reconnect, not just to see you, but to show you how much they've grown. There's a sense of pride here. They want you to recognize the challenges they've overcome and the transformation they've undergone. The Chariot card confirms this. They're determined, focused, and ready to take action. This isn't just wishful thinking on their part. They're actively moving toward a new version of themselves, and they want to make a meaningful re-entry into your life. But here's an important reminder. In the realm of energy, time doesn't work the way we perceive it in the physical world. If someone in your life has been projecting their own stress or overwhelm onto you, that doesn't mean they won't undergo a significant transformation down the line. Sometimes, the grow inspired by your presence takes time to unfold. Later on, they may want to reconnect, not as the same person who once struggled, but as someone who has stepped into a higher version of themselves. Whether this message applies to a past, present, or future connection, your guides want you to remember not to judge your impact on others by their immediate reactions. This same theme came up in a previous reading. Your energy plants seeds that might take time to bloom, but the transformation is happening nonetheless. Even if you don't see the results right away, trust that your presence is creating a ripple effect, one that influences not just their present self, but also their past wounds and future potential. Your energy is powerful. It's like a beacon that activates and awakens those around you. Even if their physical self reacts with confusion or distance, their higher self recognizes the connection and is aligning with it in unseen ways. This dynamic exists beyond the 3D world. It's unfolding at a deeply spiritual level. Now, here's something intriguing. I'm picking up on a transition from the Page of Pentacles reversed to the King of Swords. This suggests that someone who once lacked direction or stability is stepping into a more confident, clear-minded energy. If you're a divine feminine tuning in, your presence is having a profound effect on the masculine energies around you. And this influence isn't just limited to romantic connections, it's shifting energies in all areas of your life. Even casual encounters are being impacted by your light. You're stepping into a role where your energy naturally inspires and awakens others. Let's dive deeper. What's unfolding next on this path? Your energy is making waves, especially among masculine energies. While you also inspire and uplift feminine energies, there's something particularly transformative about how your presence affects those in a more masculine state of being. Someone here is shifting from a mindset that was once restricted and overly focused on finances, Page of Pentacles reversed, into a place of clarity, empowerment, and wisdom, King of Swords. This person may have been stuck in a work situation or lifestyle that didn't truly align with their soul's purpose. They've been on a journey of evolution, moving away from purely material concerns and into a more authentic, purpose-driven way of living. Their higher self wants you to know that this shift is happening, even if you can't see it yet. Now, who is this person? It's not entirely clear yet. This could be someone from your past, someone currently in your life, or even a future connection. Whether this energy is platonic or romantic, more insight is coming through. The Knight of Pentacles has entered the reading, bringing a steady, determined energy. This tells me that throughout their transformation, their heart has remained focused on you. For many of you, this connection may lean toward the platonic side, but there's a deep sense of respect and admiration here. I'm also picking up on a black horse. This might be symbolic or hold personal meaning for some of you. This person has been working hard to level up, striving to become someone who can offer you something meaningful. Even if they've been physically distant, their soul has been on a mission to grow, evolve, and step into a more established, confident version of themselves, one they feel is worthy of you. Now, here's the key. This could be someone new entering your life, someone already present, or a transformed version of a past connection, one that distanced itself until the timing was right. Regardless of who they are, one thing is certain. You've always been seen as the ideal, the ultimate goal. And when they approach you, they won't come empty-handed. The Knight of Pentacles is all about commitment, reliability, and long-term vision. They're preparing to step forward with a solid, tangible offer. With the Ten of Pentacles showing up alongside this, it's clear that they're not just bringing a single pentacle. They're coming from a place of stability, success, and long-term potential. This person may be a business owner, deeply involved in a thriving venture, or simply someone who has cultivated a strong foundation in their life. They're stepping forward with the kind of energy that says, "I've done the work. I'm ready now." Let's see what else is unfolding in this connection. This person hasn't just grown mentally and emotionally. They've also built a strong material and financial foundation. Their success isn't just about external achievements. It flows directly from their heart and throat chakras, meaning they've mastered the art of communication, both in their work and personal relationships. They've aligned their life with their true self, creating something deeply fulfilling and meaningful. So, what else can we uncover about this masculine energy? The Eight of Wands reversed suggests this might be someone from your past, perhaps a connection that lost its momentum or felt like it wasn't unfolding at the right time. Back then, you may have been in a Nine of Pentacles reversed energy, meaning you could have felt more dependent on external validation, less sure of your direction, or still in the process of building your own sense of self-sufficiency. But here's the key: you've transformed. Even if your outer world hasn't fully caught up yet, the shifts within you are undeniable. You've moved beyond any old patterns of codependency, stepping into a version of yourself that is powerful, independent, and thriving. Your energy now carries abundance, confidence, and a deep sense of self-worth. And as that energy strengthens, it's beginning to manifest in your physical reality in bigger ways. The Four of Swords reversed confirms that you're emerging from a period of introspection. This past year, you were in a cocoon phase, healing, refining your frequency, and turning inward to align with your highest self. But now, your soul is ready to step forward. You're feeling the urge to share your authentic self with the world, no longer hidden away but standing in the fullness of your transformation. Your spirit guides are aligning opportunities for you to amplify your voice like never before. This could mean stepping into a more public role, expressing yourself creatively, or embracing a leadership position in some way. If you feel a bit hesitant, that's natural. It's a shift from the solitude you once needed. But now that your energy is solidified, your guides are nudging you to start sharing it in a bigger, bolder way. And then we have the Page of Cups showing up again. This card keeps making an appearance, which tells me someone from your past, or someone who has been thinking about you deeply, is very much tuned into their emotions when it comes to you. They may be daydreaming about you, feeling nostalgic, or even experiencing waves of emotion they can't quite explain. Let's explore what's happening with them and why this energy keeps surfacing. The Six of Swords upright brings a clear message. There's someone in your energy who wants to bring peace, stability, and a sense of calm after a period of turbulence. This isn't just someone offering material abundance, as we saw with the Ten of Pentacles, but someone who genuinely supports you on a mental and emotional level. They could be a great listener, a grounding presence, or someone whose energy feels like a safe harbor. Whether you've met them in the physical or connected with them in dreams, they are here as a source of steady, unwavering support. For some of you, this could be a platonic soulmate, someone entering your life to walk alongside you on your healing journey. For others, this may be a romantic partner who envisions a peaceful, stable, and abundant future with you. Either way, their presence is a reflection of the love and care you so naturally give to others, finally being returned to you. Now, the Queen of Cups reversed tells us that in the past, you may have experienced relationships where you gave endlessly, but didn't receive that same depth of love and care in return. You might have been drawn into cycles of overgiving, feeling emotionally drained, or even questioning your own worth in the process. At times, it may have felt like the more you poured into others, the less they appreciated or valued it. But here's the shift. You stepping away from those old dynamics wasn't a loss. It was a powerful reset. You needed that space to clear out any patterns of over-sacrificing and to reclaim your energy. And because you did that deep inner work, you're now attracting relationships that honor, respect, and truly see you for who you are. In the past, those who received your love may not have fully understood its depth, as reflected by the Page of Pentacles reversed. But that's no longer your story. You've raised your frequency, and as a result, you're calling in powerful new energies, ones that align with your healed and empowered self. And that brings us to the Page of Wands and the Emperor. The Page of Wands represents someone with a bold, high-energy presence, someone adventurous, creative, and passionate about what they do. This could be a person with a unique or unconventional career, possibly someone in the public eye, like an athlete, performer, speaker, or even a political figure. They radiate a sense of excitement and fresh energy, and even if they're not younger than you in age, they carry a youthful, dynamic spirit. At the same time, they embody the stability and leadership of the Emperor. Despite their fast-paced or highly visible lifestyle, they are deeply grounded, responsible, and established. This combination makes them not only inspiring, but also dependable. Someone who knows how to take action while providing the kind of security and support that allows a connection to truly flourish. So, after a long journey of healing and transformation, you're stepping into a phase where you're attracting connections that are equal in energy, effort, and intention. Whether this is a powerful new romance or a deeply supportive ally on your path, one thing is certain. You are now in alignment with people who truly recognize your worth. This could be a brand new romantic opportunity or someone from your past, present, or even future who has been lingering in your energy. You might have felt their presence in dreams, during meditation, or through random intuitive nudges. Stay open. This intriguing and dynamic individual could be making themselves known soon. So, who is this masculine energy that's coming through so strongly? They're in a spiritually open and awakened state, radiating positivity and warmth. The Sun card is showing up, which not only speaks to their vibrant energy, but could also hint at a connection to a place known for its sunny climate. This detail won't resonate with everyone, but for some of you, it may be a confirmation. I'm also picking up on the color red, which is tied to their material success and strong foundation in the physical world. The World card appearing suggests that they might be well-traveled, frequently on the move, or simply have the freedom to explore new places as they please. But what makes them even more intriguing is the presence of the Seven of Cups reversed. This tells me that while they are in a positive space now, they've overcome some serious challenges, possibly struggles with addiction, emotional turmoil, or times when their path felt unclear. They've worked hard to move beyond these obstacles, relying on their intuition to guide them toward clarity and better choices. However, if this person is still navigating these challenges, there may be a need for further healing before a true aligned connection can take place. The good news? They are on the right path. Now, as you continue stepping into this radiant new phase of your life, you may notice that your light is attracting attention, both positive and, at times, triggering for others. Your success, joy, and newfound clarity could stir up feelings of insecurity or even jealousy in those around you. The root chakra reversed suggests that with all the intense spiritual shifts happening, especially post-eclipse energy, you might be feeling a little ungrounded. Your guides are gently reminding you to take extra time to reconnect with yourself. Whether that means grounding meditations, time in nature, or simply slowing down and tuning into your own energy. We also have the Envy card appearing alongside the Sun, emphasizing the contrast between your bright new beginnings and the way others may perceive them. If you've been feeling unexplained waves of anxiety or discomfort, it could be because you're picking up on the emotions of those who are struggling to process your growth. The Anxiety and Broken Heart cards suggest that this could be affecting your heart chakra, making you feel extra sensitive or emotionally overwhelmed. Be gentle with yourself. Prioritize self-care, energetic protection, and anything that helps you maintain your inner balance. You are stepping into a powerful new chapter, and not everyone will know how to handle the brilliance of your light. But that's not your burden to carry. Keep shining. The right people will meet you at your frequency. You're carving out new paths, stepping into high vibrational realities that feel like uncharted territory. This kind of expansion is powerful, but it can also stir uncertainty, both within yourself and from those around you. Some may not understand your journey, and at times, even you might feel the weight of stepping into the unknown. The key message coming through, especially with the throat chakra, goddess of the moon, and temple path cards, is this: stand in your truth. Speak with confidence. Own your transformation. You've undergone profound growth, and now it's time to emerge from your cocoon and show the world just how much you've evolved. Now, when I pulled the present card, the energy immediately felt heavy and intense, like a wave of darkness, grief, or emotional exhaustion. If this resonates with you, you may be moving through moments of sadness, only to shift into a more hopeful space soon, which we'll explore with the future card. The words that came through for this energy were despair, darkness, heaviness, hurt, and betrayal. One word stood out clearly: backstabbing. This could point to feelings of deep disappointment or even betrayal from someone you trusted, whether in a friendship, family dynamic, or even a twin flame connection. It feels like someone you deeply invested in let you down, and the emotional impact has been significant. But remember, these are channeled energies. How they manifest in your life will be unique to you. Take what resonates and release what doesn't. Now, the third card brings a shift, a breath of fresh air, a sense of hope returning. This marks the transition from the Ten of Swords, a card of deep emotional pain, endings, and loss, into the more balanced, reciprocal energy of the Six of Pentacles. It's like stepping out of the darkness of old 3D wounds and into the harmony of the 5D realm. The Ten of Swords represents those overwhelming moments of heartbreak, feeling let down, or even isolated by people or circumstances. But the presence of the Six of Pentacles suggests a turning point, a time of restoration, balance, and receiving the generosity you once poured into others. This shift feels like the natural outcome of all the work you've been doing, reflected by the Eight of Pentacles in the past. The effort, the lessons, the healing. It hasn't gone unnoticed by the universe. You are moving into a space where the scales are balancing, where what you've given is now returning to you in ways that feel more aligned, more reciprocal, and truly deserving of the energy you hold. Stay open to this new chapter. It's bringing the harmony and stability your soul has been calling in. This card is a powerful reminder that no matter the struggles you've faced, you are emerging into a higher state of being. It's like stepping out of a fog and into the clarity of a new, enlightened dimension. And yes, jumping to a higher timeline can feel disorienting at first, like being caught between two worlds. But that discomfort is actually a sign of progress. Proof that you are shifting out of the old, painful cycles and into something brighter, lighter, and more aligned. Right now, many of you might be feeling torn between the weight of the past and the lightness of a higher perspective. It's completely natural to feel this push and pull as you release what no longer serves you. But remember, every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of confusion has been paving the way for this breakthrough moment. On a soul level, you chose these experiences, especially within your twin flame journey, to transmute darkness into light and to grow through every twist and turn. Before starting this reading, I felt guided to pull a card from the Moonology deck, asking for insight into where this energy is leading. The message that came through? Hold your vision. This card is a beacon in the storm, reminding you to stay focused and grounded, even when everything feels uncertain. The half-moon imagery represents a halfway mark, a transition point, which is exactly where many of you are right now. You might feel like you're straddling two worlds, one foot still in the old paradigm of pain, limitation, and confusion, and the other stepping into a new reality of clarity, expansion, and deep soul truth. The key message here? Stay aligned with your higher self. Even if you're questioning, why did this happen? Or, why this way? Trust that your soul already knows the answer. Ground yourself. Clear your energy daily. Reconnect with your higher self. These practices aren't just helpful. They're essential as you navigate this major shift. Many twin flames and spiritual trailblazers are leading the way right now, pioneering this transition from 3D to 5D consciousness. And while this journey can feel lonely or overwhelming at times, like hacking through a dense forest with no clear path, You are the one creating that path for others to follow. If this message resonates, let me know by liking this video and subscribing to help me tap deeper into your energy. I know many of you come here seeking guidance, clarity, and confirmation, and I want to keep providing insights that speak directly to your journey. And remember, the twin flame connection is so much more than just love and romance. Yes, that's part of it, but its true essence goes much deeper. It's about soul activation, energetic shifts, and awakening, a journey that unfolds across lifetimes, regardless of how much physical interaction you have with your counterpart. I'll close this reading with a Rumi oracle card that perfectly captures the essence of your journey. I surge on the uprising wave of love. The guidebook shares this inspiring message. I surge on the uprising wave of love. No gravity can hold me back. Just as the moon draws the tides, my soul answers her call. Consumed by a wave of love, I rise, gliding through the water to meet her radiant presence. Guided by my heart, my mind becomes a blur, but I feel her love and the divine reflection she shines back at me from her glowing heart. You are entering or about to enter a phase where powerful forces will guide you beyond your personal will. This is a karmic time, influenced by greater cosmic movements that affect Earth and humanity. It may feel overwhelming, like being thrown into the ocean and swept by its force. Yet, what is truly changing is not your life, but your control. Your heart's power surpasses your fear, leading you to surrender to the unfolding beauty of life. This seems like a perfect note to end on. If you resonate with this energy, please consider subscribing to the channel. For daily inspiration and updates, follow me on Instagram at MagnetizeYourofficial. Wishing you a beautiful and magnificent week ahead, and I look forward to connecting with you again in the next reading.